Alright, what is going on, guys? So, today, you guys know, starting this new thing. So, this basically means that every single week before market opens on Monday, I will be releasing this video of the watch list or the stocks that I'm currently watching for that week. Right now, it's really, I'm going to try to keep it usually in between the 5 to 10 to give you guys a good pick. Now, all of these will be in the Discord. Remember, click that link down below. Again, it's 100% free, so don't worry about that. But one of the first ones is AMC. Now, why am I watching this? In a sense, I currently have a position open, so that's one of the reasons. But also because they went from their highs of $55 down to $38 and then had a huge uptrend, right? By 30% all the way back up to almost $50, and now it's kind of consolidated back down to that 46 range. It's going to be interesting to see, especially because if we further this back out, right, even further, let's do 180 day, we can see it went from highs of 77 all the way down to this range of 40, right? So that was a huge support, was 40, yet it did break below, but as soon as it broke below, it ended up, doing, as you guys can see, I had all my support levels right here. It ended up going down. So I was honestly waiting for it to continue dropping further, because in the week I did sell. I had a 1,500 share position size. I sold all of it at $46 to make sure it wouldn't go down any further. And since then, I've slowly been reaccumulating it. My average purchase price right now, I only had 800 shares up until Friday. They ended up selling off great with covered calls. So now I have 300 shares left, which I'm very excited to get into this week with. And my average purchase right now is 42. So I'm currently up $4 times my 300. So I'm currently up $1,200 right now on my AMC position. And again, I want to see. Worst case, I can always cut it if I see it starts going down. So, be like, you know what, I'll take my profit and I'll be good. But again, it can also go back up. So I'm interested to see how it's going to play out. So that'll be a tell on Monday. Now, the next one I am watching right now is also Wish. So why am I watching Wish? Because it has a lot of news out on it right now, and I want to see what's going to happen. So as you guys can see, it's been doing a consistent downtrend pattern, lower lows, lower highs, over and over again. However, it had this one spike right here to that $17 range, and then it seemed like it was forming an uptrend, It had dipped back down, obviously, after a huge spike like that, and then it went back up to $15. So now it's slowly been going back down, and so what I want to see is it going to basically, again, go back to making lower lows, or is this a sign of a reversal to see, because once it breaks above 15, the next stop is that 17 range, and if it goes above that, you have a good chance, because again, it is a new stock, there's a lot of hype, but and the evaluation on it as a company, in my opinion, is lower than it should actually be. So that is one of them. Now, the next one that I am looking at, I posted it on the watch list as well, as OS8T. So as you guys can see here, we have the already on the 180. So you guys can see there's not too much happening. The price doesn't change drastically. However, it's been on a nice uptrend, and then it had a huge bounce of 100% plus. And obviously, after a huge bounce like that, it goes down. But as you guys can see, it starts consolidating again after a huge bounce, and then it does a consolidating uptrend. So that's the thing that I'm looking out for. And basically, OSAT, I'll just read basically exactly what I posted. Right now, it's a space ticker, right? OSAP is a recent uplisting with SpaceX as a customer. So right now, I'm watching this to break $7.25. And if it's right now, it's at $7. So once it breaks $7.25, I'll start accumulating. Up until then, I'm keeping out, because it can go down if it breaks below 680. I'm just not going to get into it. But 7.25 or 7.20 would be the key break for me to get into the stock. So that is one of them. The next one that I'm also watching at is S&P. So SNMP that's a clean energy. However, it is doing a merger, hence the fact that I'm watching it. Now, as you guys can see, again, it's very low. It's a penny stock. No other way to put it. It's a very cheap penny stock. But, however, you guys can see it's been doing consistent uptrends with some nice bounces here and there, especially this one. You know, a 200% bounce. But after that, you know, the uptrends kind of ended right here. So that wasn't really the best sign, in my opinion, that it ended right there. However, you know, it really just comes down to it. It's like, okay, so it ended up doing a downtrend after a huge bounce like that, which makes sense. However, from this point on at the downtrend, theoretically, if it would have then started creating higher highs again, I'd be like, perfect stock, get in, all of that. But it started creating lower lows with having back to the same level of bounces, you know. But again, after that bounce, it started going back to highs, right? And right here was a pretty big support / resistance level. So currently it is above that. So which means, okay, is it going to continue to uptrend? Because the next right here, I would be watching out for this. So right now it has a nice range. Let me get out of that. So currently it's at 91 cents. Support right here, resistance is at 112. So 91. So looking at around a 20-25% return, which again is a great thing to have. So again, I'm watching out for this because of the merger. So I want to see how that's going to go. But yes, especially if it breaks $1, this thing is going nice and high. But yeah, so those are three. Another one I want to look at is Tesla. So why am I looking at Tesla? It's because it ended up breaking 700 last week. However, as soon as it broke 700, it went straight down all the way to low sixes, like very low, like 620. But now it's back at 655, and that all happened within one day. So what I want to see is Tesla going to continue that momentum? Because as you guys can see, right, this pattern right here is very close, not exactly the same to this one and this one. It started consolidating. Then once it consolidated, it did a uptrend or a downtrend. So currently right here, you know, after the downtrend, so same as this, it ended up going up, which is this movement right here in a sense. So up, you know, consolidation, up and up. And then after this up, you know, it consolidated but in an upward manner and then had a nice pop again. So I'm waiting, is it going to consolidate in an uptrend here and then have a nice pop again? That's what I'm waiting on. So I'm slowly starting to accumulate. I already have a couple of shares and I'm just slowly going to keep accumulating a little bit to see if it makes higher highs. If not, I'll just cut my losses and then wait for it to bottom out again right around this range, because right here is a very, very strong support level. So obviously, yep, so 550, you know. And yeah, so that is Tesla. Another one I'm looking at is just the overall NASDAQ market. So why am I looking at this one? Because due to the fact that it's barely away from making higher highs. So it ended up, after making higher highs, it ended up having a dip. Yet it has started to recover. Right now, this isn't the best sign. So I'm kind of looking at it and seeing, because if it gets starts forming an uptrend again and breaks past that once it gets to 14,884, the stock that I'm going to be going into is TQs, which is a triple leveraged ETF of the NASDAQ market. So every 1% the NASDAQ makes, TQs is 3%. Same if NASDAQ goes down 1%, TQs is 3%. So obviously once the NASDAQ market breaks all-time highs, you're looking at another good 2-3% play in order, due to the fact that it broke all-time highs, and people are like, yeah, you know, because once you break all-time highs, it's really like, ooh, damn, it's going to keep going, and then like new buyers start coming in and all of that. So I'm seeing that, because if NQ can get then that 2% in that day, which it most likely will because that's been the pattern it's had, guess what? TQs is looking at a 6% return within a day to 2 days. I would take that any time, any day. So that's the fifth stock I'm watching. That is the top 5 stocks on my watch list this week. Obviously, I have a couple other ones, but none really as big. Roku. But again, this has a lot to prove, in my opinion. But other than that, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to get all the free stuff in the link below. And join the Discord because I post all of this there with the graph and everything, as well as news updates. So yeah, other than that, hope to see you guys tomorrow. And peace out, guys.